We have some more NHL signings to discuss today, including a couple more restricted free agent signings and another entry-level contract signed as well. We'll get into all the latest coming up next. So welcome back here to Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some more breaking news, some more signings to discuss here today, including a couple of restricted free agents, so let's start with them. The Colorado Avalanche have come to terms with a restricted free agent forward AJ Greer on a one-year contract, which is also a two-way deal. We'll pay him just over $700,000 at the NHL level and $90,000 at the American Hockey League level. AJ Greer so far has played over 30 NHL games, but hasn't put up a whole lot of points, has had limited opportunity with Colorado, and based on their other prospects coming along, I think he's kind of fallen back here a little bit on the depth chart. But I will say this, he did have a pretty solid year in the American Hockey League last year, put up 44 points in 54 games. He really seemed to have a good progression and good development at that level last year, so maybe that'll translate into getting more of an opportunity this year. So he'll go into training camp with another one-year contract on his two-way deal, see if he can earn himself another NHL opportunity, but at the very least he could be a terrific asset for the American Hockey League team while he's down there based on the season he had last year. So we'll see how things go for AJ Greer and the Avalanche for the coming season. The Buffalo Sabres have come to terms with a restricted free agent forward Remi Elie on a one-year deal worth $700,000 at the American Hockey League level. The 24-year-old forward was scheduled to have an arbitration hearing coming up here very shortly, but of course that will no longer be required since they've come to terms here on their own ahead of the scheduled hearing. Now, of course, Remi Elie was acquired last year, right around the time training camp was ending, right around the time the NHL season was getting underway. He was picked up on the waiver wire from the Dallas Stars. He ended up playing 16 NHL games for the Sabres, only put up one assist. They go down to the American Hockey League affiliate for Rochester and get into another 25 games, put up 14 points. Did okay, but overall wasn't a great year for Remi Elie. Given all the other moves that the Sabres have made and the other younger prospects ahead of them on their depth chart here with their organization, I really don't see Remi Elie making this team out of training camp. I know a few years back he certainly had a little bit more potential, was looked upon as a pretty decent prospect, but he's kind of fallen down here a little bit, and he's more going to likely be more of an American Hockey League player. I don't see him really getting a whole ton of opportunity with the Sabres this year, but you never know. He'll go into training camp, work hard, and see what he can do. But with their projected lineup for the coming season, I see him being way down the depth chart and getting very little opportunity. But he very well could prove to be a valuable member for their American Hockey League affiliate. The St. Louis Blues have come to terms on an entry-level contract for 2019 second-round pick Nikita Alexandrov. Now, Alexandrov has dual citizenship between Russia and Germany. He was born in Germany, but his father is Russian, but was playing hockey in Russia at the time of his birth. So he did play a lot of his hockey growing up at the lower levels in Germany, but he's played the last couple of seasons in the QMJHL for the Charlottetown Islanders. He's a player I've had an opportunity to see play in person on a couple of occasions, and he does seem to be a fairly promising prospect. He put up 61 points in 64 games last year in his draft year, so of course that's very impressive. His offensive upside is certainly there. He's got a very powerful lower body, very strong skating stride. He's not the quickest, like he could stand to be a little bit faster, but he is a very strong skater, very sturdy on his skates, not afraid to take the puck hard to the net. He's got a great shot. He's got a great nose for the net, not afraid to play in the dirty areas as well. So I think this is a great signing. It was a great pickup here by the St. Louis Blues. He would be eligible to play for the American Hockey League this coming season, so we'll see what the Blues' plans are for him, but certainly a great signing and another great prospect to get under contract here on an entry-level deal. So those are all your latest signings here for today. Of course, as always, want to know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. What do you think of the restricted free agent contract signed here today? Will they be getting much of an opportunity in the NHL this year? And what do you think of this Blues prospect signing his entry-level contract as well? He seems to be a pretty interesting prospect. They very well could have big impact for the Blues in the future. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and turning on your notifications so you don't miss any future content. We'll keep you all up to date with all the breaking news from around the NHL. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.